Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Out here with no tags on, just me and my pyramid. But we're going to do what we do for you. I got a nice lesson for you. Let's go. Writism 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. It's a message and story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in. I appreciate you. Numbers looking good. Hope it's working out for you. But let's do what we do. I'm ready. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers do just that. So I got the information to give you to make that happen for you. All you got to do is tune in and do what you need to do for what I gave you. Let's go. Know thyself is the question I asked. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right? Think and know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Today, I'm gonna talk about a word that a lot of us don't ain't pretty much familiar with. It's called a nobleman. What the? Yeah. Back a few thousand years ago, when the Moors, this is a concept of the Moors, they had the leader Noble Drew Ali. He was so good that they named a concept after him, a nobleman. He was a intellectual man. He was a knowledgeable man. He was a good, upright, standing man, nobleman. Okay, so right thinkers, let's talk about nobility. Is what? Having knowledge of self. Hmm. Again, with knowledge, you can conduct yourself. They say if you knew better, you do better. So an enlightened man, a man with knowledge, self-knowledge, would be a nobleman. The Masonic order was based on making noblemen out of regular men. They call them rough ashlers. They turn them into a perfect ashlar. Metaphorically, it works. I practiced it over 30 years, so I taught it. So I know it works. I lived it. So another phase of life that I went through, something else I can put into my attaché case of knowledge and things that I know about. So let's talk about it right quick. Back in the day, a wise man was called a nobleman. Mhm. The Moors educated Europe, France, Portuguese with knowledge. For 700 years, they was under the rule of the Moors. They educated them, taught them everything they need to know. And when you become a nobleman, why? Because you have knowledge of things, more importantly, of self. It's good to have knowledge, but it's better to have knowledge of self. That trumps all the other scholarly knowledge, all the biblical knowledge. None of that means nothing when it comes to self knowledge. That's what I give you. The Masonic Order, which I was a part of 30 years, was the makers of noblemen. It was part of our creed. We, what we do, okay, through knowledge and living righteous, what a nobleman does. Live right, do right, court conducts itself in a proper manner. Nobility, uprightness, not this smug, egoistic, condescending attitude that all your boulets and scholars have. They think they know something they better than you. I'm Dr. So and so. Don't care. But a nobleman carries himself, conducts himself. So he don't worry about talking about, I'm a nobleman. I'm a nobleman. No, no, no. As a Mason, I didn't run around professing to be a Mason. Conducted myself as a Mason. As a right thinker, I don't go around, I conduct myself as a right thinker. That's the point. When you build yourself up, With esoteric knowledge, that's the hidden meaning of things. That's what the Masons taught you. Okay, you learn things that you can live with. The information I give you, you can implement it in your daily life and practice it. That's what Masons taught us. Okay, now they got two kinds of Masons. I just did a lesson about right thinkers of this concept. Put my little again, put my spin on it to make it uniquely mine. But you have operative masons who actually work in masonry, building buildings, everything like that. Cathedral builders, those are masons. They was the Mason Guild, meaning they was a group of masons that actually worked. Then you had the speculative mason who wanted to use the same tool that they used to build edifice, to build themselves and character. I love that concept. That's why I teach esoteric messaging. Why? Give you the real deal so you can use it and benefit from it. That's what the difference. A speculative mason used the same tools that an operative mason used, but instead of using it operatively, he used it mentally for what we call a more noble and glorious purpose. When you're serving God and living right, you are noble and glorious. That was the sort of concept. They didn't follow it, they didn't live up to it, but that was the concept. Again, rules are there. We make the rules, but guess what? The same ones that make them is the ones that break them. So knowing them, living by them is two different things. So understand that. I can tell you, all my time in the Masonic order, I didn't meet but a few brothers that earned my respect and admiration as a man. I love and respect them all as Mason. But after that, I want to see you as an individual. A lot of them showed me they wasn't good people. Simple. Moving on. And they wonder why they get a bad rap. I know bad Christians, Muslims, and Jews. Moving on. When you have higher knowledge, higher education, whatever you want to call it, aka knowledge of self. You will become a nobleman. Why? In the way you conduct. My old man was never noble. Yeah, no, not noble about him. He was a hustler. He was a man's. Had nothing to do with none of the other stuff. So he got what he deserved. Had a good run. Lived good all his life. But now when it's time to pay up, pay the piper, so to speak, he got no money. Why? You didn't invest nothing in the bank of God. Another lesson I get. But moving on. When you obtain self-knowledge, your eye is that of a nobleman, which is what? Your actions, your deeds, which is what recognized by God. So they put you in a position to do good things, to still, in Masonic order, do the right thing. And even in spiritual concepts, they still should earn a blessing by what? Living right and doing right. But they kill a blessing when they do the sneaking, deceitful stuff, thinking nobody knows. Side chick ain't nothing morally correct or ethically correct about a side chick, fellas. Moving on, I got a big problem with that. Our biggest bugaboo is that knowledge of self gives you good character to conduct yourself. That's what knowing thyself does. Put you in a position to conduct yourself better. Same thing. So nobility and knowing thyself go hand in hand. But watch this. If you're ignorant of yourself, you cannot be a nobleman without what? Self-knowledge. So ignorant man can't be a nobleman. You don't have the knowledge and understanding and wherewithal to put it off with your character. If you're ignorant, that means your character don't have the things it needs to sharpen itself, to better itself. That's why I give you the God and Goddess concept. It's characters that you can manifest within yourself, because that's what they are. Characters, aspects of yourself. Get to that next lesson. But watch this. Now, nobility is the way you carry yourself and how you conduct yourself with others. How you deal with people, they look at you in a respectful manner. If you don't conduct yourself in a respectful manner, why should they look at you? I'm a nobleman. I don't care what you say you are. I'm Dr. Sosa. Don't care what you say you are. I'm going to look at your deeds and your actions. That'll tell me who you really are. Okay? So moving on. Now, self-knowledge, self-respect, self-integrity, self-pride. See where I'm going with this? All these are things, the qualities that you have within yourself that you can exhibit and prove yourself as a nobleman. Those are all the qualities that a nobleman has to have in order to be a nobleman. So you have to be taught, you have to be instructed, you have to be helped along the line, so to speak. That's why I was the dean of instruction in Masonic order. Why? I did a lot of studying. I knew a lot of stuff. So I taught it. Excuse me. A good Mason is what? A upright, learned man, aka a nobleman. Practicing to be your best self. Practicing to acquire the knowledge and understanding to be your best self. That's Masonic order. When they was doing it correctly, that's what it was about. To make men better. Moving on. I use right then philosophy now to make men and women better mentally. That's what I got for you. Let's go. Knowledge. And it don't discriminate male or female. Most of my followers are male. I don't pick and choose. That's just how I break out. But women, this knowledge will serve you just as well if it serves a man. Trust me on that one. Moving on. Now, all Masons learn the same lessons from first to third degree. Called the Blue House. It didn't make a difference what order you follow. 4 letters, 3 letter, Scottish Rite, York Rite. All of them did the same thing in the first 3 degrees. That's why it's across the board. It's the same. As you rise up to the 7th degree, which is the Red House, everybody has a order of the Red House. Again, same lessons, but they all don't live by them. Again, I had teachers, instructors in Masonic business, and I thought they were smart as all get up. But outside of teaching Masonic lessons, they wasn't good dudes. Understand that. Noblemen, understand this, are known how? By the way they carry themselves, not the title that they have. If all you want to do is run around telling everybody who you are, I'm CEO, I run this, I'm Dr. So-and-so, that don't mean nothing. Okay, that's like braggadocious in the neighborhood. I got more money than you. Yeah, you nigger rich. But guess what? You doing illegal stuff, so eventually yours gonna run out. Mine did. I'm just speaking again from experience. You egotistical CEOs, you fake God-fearing men have no nobility at all. No respect for you, kind of people. You know what I'm talking about. Your position, your titles don't make you noble. It makes you a pain in everybody who know you, who got to work or work with you in their butt, because you're not a good person. So your position and title don't make the person. You don't run around, but no, you do run around telling everybody, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, I do this, I do that. And nobody likes you as a person. Okay, moving on. Done with that nonsense. But you can't claim to, well, you do claim to be a whole lot of stuff, but you ain't none of that. So you ain't no different than the Masons who claim to be good men and no, they're not. Okay, we can perpetrate, we can present ourselves as somebody, but all the other person had to do is what? Observe. Just watch them. If what they say don't match what they do, don't trust them. Why? They're liars. Moving on. Bonafide. Good religious men are also noblemen. You heard me say good, not all religious men. The good ones are the ones who take pride in what they study, what they learn, and what they're professing. My pastor is a perfect example of that. He ain't trying to embarrass Christianity. He ain't trying to embarrass his God or himself. That's a nobleman, okay? Hold yourself accountable to do the things that you need to do for people to respect you. My pastor, I'm talking about the guy all the time, is a nobleman in his actions daily, not just on the pulpit on Sundays. That's the one I'm talking about. If somebody's going to profess it, they should be living it. That's why I live what I teach. I feel the same way about preachers. Same thing. Don't make a difference. CEOs to make a difference. If you ain't practicing what you preach, shut up. I know a lot of unnoble religious men who want you to think what? They're noble. I know you're not. I ain't got to think. I may have thought you might have was, but not knowing. But when I observe you, ain't nothing noble about you, dude. If you're a nobleman, your actions, not your words, is what make you noble. You want to hide behind titles. You want to hide behind positions of power. I'm done with that. Moving on. I can't deal with that. Last one. A good man, excuse me, as a nobleman, last one. As a nobleman, I know and recognize what? Another nobleman. Real recognize real. Nobility recognize nobility. You don't look familiar, my man. No way, no how. Moving on. A good nobleman don't tell you what they are good noblemen. They do what? Show you. So you see I'm a good nobleman. I ain't got to run around telling you. You can see my actions. That's the difference. And they told you Masonic order. We don't solicit. Why? To no one, to be one, you got no one. Why? You got to have somebody bring you in. It ain't open. No, no, no. We got to check you out. You got this whole order that we go through, whole process. And I was part of that too. They come visit you, talk to your wife, talk to your parents, whoever it was at that time that you was with, and let them know what you're about to get involved in. It was a whole lot of stuff going on, but it was all good. So I'm not part of that organization no more. I don't know what they're doing, but last I saw it, it wasn't doing too well. So moving on. Self-knowledge, wrapping it up. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me close this out. Self-knowledge is what? The way to gain nobility through what? Knowing thyself and living right. The caveat to anything that I give or teach, you have to perform it. You have to manifest it for yourself. That means you got to do it. Think about it. Worrying about no, just like Nike, just do it. Wrapping it up. Now, a man with esoteric knowledge, which is what a lot of Masons have because that's what we teach. My right thinkers, I got the same thing because that's also what I teach. Now, aka right thinker philosophy, is on his way to what? Nobility. We're noblemen in training, fellas. Women, y'all can be noble too. Yeah, women. Nobility, same way. Conduct yourself, have people respect you the way you carry yourself. If you walk around, D's out, butt out, and when a man says something to you, well, look how you present yourself. Like the prostitute, George say, baby, I can tell by the way you dress what you about. Let's stop the nonsense and just get down to business. Okay? We about it. Let's do that. Right thinking philosophy masters will show what their nobility when daily. Like me, doing the right thing, because that's what they do. Simple as that. If you are a good person, you do the right thing. You can't claim to be a good person not doing the right thing. Again, what they say don't match what they do. The actions should show what they do. The words just tell you. The action's gonna show you. Moving on. Nobility is gained by what? Righteous living. Same thing. You get blessed with righteous living. You earn nobility by righteous living. That's a win-win. That's how it's supposed to be too. Again, man respects you and God blesses you. So you're in a good position if you're a nobleman. That's what it meant. Nobility again with that I did that. Excuse me. Now we all have what the ability to what learn and become noble, practicing and understanding men and women with knowledge of self become noble. Simple as that. Nobility is an air that you have about yourself. Okay, self-respect, pride, integrity, all that good stuff. That's what nobility gives you, and you exhibit it when you become a noble person. Last one, right thinkers. We are all noble men and women. Living right is the way of life for right thinkers. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got more. I'll be back. Got to go to the gym right now. It's 3:25. I'm on my way out the door to get my gym on.